Hello yogis, and thank you so much for joining me here at Flourish Flow for today's class. So we're going to be focusing on stretching and relaxing today, with a focus particularly on the shoulders, the hips and the hamstrings. So there's areas where we tend to hold a lot of tension. So just get yourself comfortable on your mat and I'll join you in a moment. We're going to begin today's practice just taking a comfortable seat on the mat. Just feeling grounded on the mat, that extension through the spine, and shoulders slightly back and down. Really connecting to that breath. And with the inhale, raising arms up to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhaling, arms rise up. And exhale, hands lower to heart. One more time, inhaling, arms all the way up to sky. And exhale, hands lower to heart. Inhaling, arms up to sky. And this time with the exhale, twisting to the right, just extending the arms to either side. Really reaching through those fingertips. Inhaling, arms back up and exhaling to twist to the left. Just extending those arms again, reaching long through the arms and long and tall through the spine. Maybe taking your gaze to your back shoulder. Inhaling, arms up to the sky and exhaling to place the right hand by the right hand side of the body. Inhaling to lengthen the top arm and exhaling to come into your side bend. So feeling a nice stretch along the side of your body. Maybe taking your gaze to look at the fingertips today. Inhaling to come back up to center and exhaling, placing the left hand by the left hand side of the body. Inhaling to lengthen that top arm and exhaling to come into your bend. Again, option to take your gaze to the top hand, or perhaps just keep it straight ahead or to the ground if that's more comfortable. Inhaling as you rise back up and exhaling to circle your arms down just onto the floor in front of you. And we're going to transition into our tabletop. So just make sure your wrists are positioned under your shoulders and your knees under the hips. And just begin to hug in your abdominals ever so slightly. And take a deep inhale. And exhale, round through the spine, coming into your cat pose. Inhale, dip the belly to the ground and broaden across the chest. And exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly to the floor again, taking your gaze ahead. And then just begin to move in any way you like here in your tabletop. So maybe you'd like to continue with cat-cow. Maybe just rock back and forth, side to side with your hips. Or maybe just create some circles or figure of 8 movements with your hips. Just anything that feels good. Any movement that you need to make just to ease into your body. And then just come to take a seat once again, just a cross-legged seat on your mat, hands to heart. Inhaling here and exhaling to round through your spine, interlacing the fingers, bringing your chin to your chest. Inhaling, grow nice and tall, arms to sky. And exhaling to circle the arms down. And just bring your arms behind you, maybe fingers point towards your bottom or out to the sides. And then just begin to raise your hips to the sky, opening the chest and maybe bringing your head back if that feels comfortable today. And then just begin to lower your bottom to the ground. And bring your hands just in front of you as we work our way into our puppy pose. So coming into tabletop and then slowly walking your hands in front of you, just making sure that your hips are above your knees. And we're aiming to bring our chest and shoulders down towards the mat. So your forehead can rest on the mat, or you can grab a block or a rolled blanket and allow your head to rest here. And you'll be feeling an opening around the shoulders here and the chest. So just allow your body to ease into this movement. Maybe noticing your body just melting into the mat with every exhale, just moving that a little bit deeper. If you'd like to take this pose a little further, you can just rest your chin on the mat, just taking your gaze ahead. Otherwise, just keep your forehead rested down on the mat. And we're slowly going to wiggle our way out of this pose, just bringing your hands towards the tabletop position. And then just bring your hands slightly forward, just so that your wrists are slightly ahead of your shoulders as we transition into downward dog. So bringing our seat towards our heel and then pushing up onto the toes to come into a downward dog. And we're going to start with bent knees, maybe pedaling one foot at a time if you'd like to. Really reaching through those arms. Pressure through the whole of your hand and your fingertips spread. And then maybe inhale to come up onto your toes and exhale to lower back down. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to lower. And just continue with either this movement or come back to pedaling your feet or maybe swaying your hips from side to side. Again, picking movements that feel easy and comfortable for you. And then slowly walking your feet towards your hands to come to a forward fold. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rising up to a 3/4 lift, bringing your elbows back and broadening across the chest. And then exhaling, bringing hands down to the ground. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms come to sky, palms to touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for your half lift, finding length in the spine. And exhale, fold forward. And keeping your right hand on the ground, we're going to slowly peel the left hand off, bringing the left hand to the sky and bending the right knee. Keeping the left leg as straight as possible here. We're just going to work into that left hand hamstring. And maybe taking the gaze up to the fingertips if you'd like to today. And just send your breath to any tension here, just helping you release this left hamstring. And maybe as time goes on, you can straighten that left leg slightly. Exhale to bring your palm down to the floor. And then inhale to bring your right palm up to the sky. This time we're bending our left knee and straightening our right leg. Feeling a stretch in the right hamstring. Again, option to take your gaze to the fingertips. exhale to bring that palm back down to the ground and step back with your right leg for your low lunge. So inhaling, arms up to the sky. And here we're working on feeling a nice stretch in the right hip flexor. So just that front part of your hip. So maybe you'll need to wiggle around a little bit here just to feel a nice stretch, which you can work into to open the hip flexor ever so slightly. Growing tall here will also help as you get some length in the spine. And again, breathing into this space. Exhale, bringing hands down to the ground just past your knee and moving into half split. So bringing your toe to the sky, extending through the leg and trying to just fold over that leg ever so slightly. So maintaining length in the spine where you can, rather than rounding through the spine. Inhale to bring your arms back up into low lunge. And exhale into your half split again. So length through that front leg. Option to use blocks here too if you'd like. Inhaling, arms up to the sky. And exhaling, half split one more time, just settling here. Perhaps seeing if you can move a little bit deeper this time. Maybe straightening that front leg a little bit more. Inhaling to come back to your low lunge. And exhaling, bringing palms down to the ground and just bringing the front leg across your mat to come into pigeon pose. So really wiggling around here, just making sure weight is evenly distributed. And then bring your hands just to the outside of your front knee and extending up through your spine, broadening across the chest. Coming into a nice back bend. And when you're ready, just slowly walking your hands along your mat to come into your sleeping swan. So allowing your torso to just rest on your leg. If you'd like to stay up on your elbows, feel free. Or you can just extend your arms all the way along your mat. Maybe with each breath, you can move just a little bit deeper into this position. And just allow your body to move here with the breath. So just releasing and surrendering a little bit more with every exhale that you take. Slowly rising out of this pose with your inhale and stepping back into a plank. Transitioning into your downward dog. And this time stepping your right leg forward for your low lunge, bringing arms to sky. Again, making any small movements you need to here just to feel that opening in your left hip flexor. Reaching tall with those arms. And breathing into this hip flexor. Really helping to release any tension that you might be storing here. Exhaling to bring your palms down to the ground and transition into your half split. So extending that front leg, bringing the toes to the sky. And again, trying to maintain length in the spine. So rather than curving through the spine, we're just trying to keep it nice long. Inhaling, coming back into your low lunge, arms rise up. And exhale, palms come down to the ground, extending through that front leg. Inhaling as your arms rise back up. And exhaling, palms come down one more time for your half split. So perhaps just seeing if you can move a little bit deeper this time into your half split. Inhaling, arms rise up. And exhaling, palms to the ground as you slide that front foot across the mat for your pigeon pose. Just allowing your hips to sink towards the ground. Again, finding a comfortable position here where weight is evenly distributed across the hips. Hands to the outside of the knee and extension through the spine, coming into your mini back bend. And then we're going to exhale and just release to the ground one more time into our sleeping swan pose. Maybe focusing on the breath moving through the body. And maybe just noticing the release with every exhale. Maybe noticing any tension just melt away as you rest here in this pose. Our sleeping swan is a wonderful pose for releasing any emotional tension that we often store in the hips. Slowly walking your hands up. Bring your back leg around, come to the front of the mat as you extend both legs out in front of you in preparation for our forward fold. Inhaling, arms up to the sky, growing tall. And exhaling to soften over the legs. So here we're aiming for a more gentle forward fold. Just a soft, gentle release. So you can allow your spine to round here if you'd like to. And your hands can rest anywhere along your legs that you'd like to. And of course you can keep your knees bent. And as you breathe here, maybe over time you can think about extending your legs slightly if you'd like to. And maybe reaching your arms slightly longer along the legs. Maybe even reaching your feet. We're slowly going to work our way out of our forward fold, just bringing our hands just towards our hips. Now bringing your hands behind you, so fingertips can point to your bottom or out to the sides of your mat if you want something more gentle for your wrists. And just going to walk your feet in, so feet come to touch the mat, knees point to the sky. And inhale to lift your hips up to the sky for your reverse tabletop. So maybe allowing your head to just fall back here if that's comfortable. Otherwise you can take your gaze straight ahead. Feeling a nice opening across the chest and the shoulders. Exhaling to lower your bottom to the ground. And then we're just coming to lie onto our mat. So slowly sinking down onto the mat. Again, bringing the feet down to your mat, knees up to the sky and arms to the side. As you just begin to rock your knees from side to side. So here we're just relaxing the spine and the pelvis. Just bringing them back to neutral. And then just allow your knees to come in towards your body and hold the outside edges of your feet for happy baby pose, our penultimate pose. So here your knees want to come to the outside of your torso, and you want to just press your feet down so your knees melt down towards the mat. Just make sure that your bottom isn't lifted off the ground here, so just press the base of your spine down onto the mat. You might not be able to go as deep, but it's a much more effective pose. Either just connect your breath here in the stillness, or maybe just rock from side to side. So we're enjoying a lower back massage here when we rock side to side. Or you can just use this as a more mindful moment, where you can just really observe your inhale and your exhale. When you're ready, just slowly extend the legs along the mat. Allow your palms to come to your sides, palms facing up to the sky. And if you haven't already, close your eyes. Just allow any tension in your face to melt away. So relaxing the eyes, relaxing the jaw, and allowing the shoulders to melt down into the mat. And using this time to just relax. Maybe just focus on some slower inhales and exhales. And soak up the benefits of today's practice. Thank you for joining me in today's class. I really hope you enjoyed this relaxing yoga sequence and got so much benefit out of it. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please do remember to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to support my channel. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.